Welcome back to Road to Fire. We're a family of three documenting our journey to fire, financial independence, retire early. Let's chat about our sinking fund goals for 2021. I will share all our real numbers, current balances, and outline our saving strategy for this year like always, so please hang with me. Now, I'm definitely new to sinking funds. In the past, whenever a bill came up, I would simply adjust our monthly budget for that expense and shift money as needed. I never really planned ahead, but lived basically month to month. But because we lived on one income, this was not a big problem. But once we started investing heavily, this plan didn't work out as well. So we have now shifted to having digital sinking funds. By definition, what are sinking funds? Sinking funds are savings accounts that you regularly put money into so that you can gradually save up for a big bill or expense. It's simply a pre-planned savings account tied to a specific expense. For example, say you had a $6,000 expense for, let's say, a car you want to buy in the future. Your goal is to have the car in a year or 12 months from now. You then will need to deposit or set aside $500 a month to hit this goal. That is exactly what a sinking fund is. It helps you plan out future expenses or money saving goals. I usually do monthly deposits, but you can adjust as needed. Now, there are so many types of sinking funds. You can have a sinking fund for just about anything. But here are the most common sinking funds. You'll see most people have home repairs, gifts usually associated with Christmas, pet expenses, travel expenses, emergency funds, car repairs, house down payments, or the traditional medical expenses. If you have an expense, both large or small, then you can create a sinking fund to help you reach that goal. Personally, we only create sinking funds for expenses over $1,000. Well, now you can choose your sinking fund setup. There are two ways you can set up your sinking funds. You can either set it up digitally through a high yield savings account, credit union, or bank, or you can set it up with cash using a cash envelope system. I can see the benefits of having your sinking fund set up either way, but do what works best for you. But because cash is just too liquid for me, I prefer the digital way. We have multiple savings accounts with Capital One. It's easy as you can open up an account in minutes and name them based on your current needs. We used to have many accounts, but I have consolidated our sinking funds just to make it easier long term. Now we have 6 sinking funds for 2021. I don't foresee us changing this year over year, but as of right now, we have created 6. Our sinking funds are joint, so my husband and I both have access to them, but I do all the adjustments and changes as needed. For any expense we are saving for, I have it tied to that corresponding bank account, so it all is still very automated for us. So our first 2 sinking funds are new for this year. We have our first sinking fund, which includes insurance. This will include our insurance bill, which we now pay in full because we are then able to get a discounted rate with Progressive. We then both have term life insurance, which we just got last year. I know we are a bit late on this, but last year was a huge wake-up call for us. On top of those 2 plans, we also keep $1,000 on hand, which is our deductible, for any maintenance or car issues that we may have. Our Tesla requires no maintenance, but our Audi has had issues from time to time. Our balance right now is $1,422, and our goal is to get this to about $2,200 by end of Q2. So our second sinking fund and largest is our down payment for our next property. We have not decided how we will be purchasing our second home, either via home equity loan, HELOC, or a house hack repeat, but our goal is to have $20,000 saved. Right now the balance is $400 as we just opened this account. So our third sinking fund is travel. Usually we have a large fund, but because of our current climate, I do not know if or when we'll be able to travel safely this year. I have opted for a lower target of $1,000, but I continue to add a few more dollars here and there just in case we can travel. Our travel number might seem low, but remember we are sitting on over $2,000 in flight credits that were canceled in 2020, so that will definitely offset this number. So number 4 is taxes. Now I've done our taxes for the last few years, and we tend to get a consistent $4,000-ish bill. We lucked out last year as we had a tax credit for the Tesla, but usually our bill is around $4,000 year over year. I'm tempted to work with a CPA to see if I'm missing anything throughout the process, but working with TurboTax or using TurboTax has been nice as everything is electronic and easy to access. Now our goal is to have $4,000 in this account, and right now we just have $50. Now it's low, but because I don't think about taxes until about February or March, as I'm the type of person who pay my taxes right on the due date, I think we've got time to be able to hit this $4,000 goal. Our final 2 sinking funds are standard as well. We have one for our investment property that we are living in right now via house hack, mainly for house repairs or updates as needed. The rule of thumb is to have 1% of the house value in an account. That would be about $3,500 for us, but I opted for more as this also includes our tenant security deposit. Our current balance is $6,500. Our emergency account is a new one. To be honest, we had no emergency account in 2019 or any time before that, which might be surprising. So after a scary 2019 and an unpredictable 2020, this was a must for us. We opted for 6 months as our current run rate is around $4,100 and we hit that goal end of last year. Our investing goals are higher priority this year because we have saved enough cash to be comfortable. I can see a clear path to hitting our remaining sinking fund goals. The only sinking fund that I might be a bit concerned about is the tax bill, as last year I made more than normal due to a larger than expected bonus in November. But we'll see how it all plays out. In our January budget, which I'll link here in case you want to check it out, we opted to send all our remaining income outside of our expenses to our brokerage accounts. This year, we are aggressively investing to help us stay on track on our FIRE timeline. We sent 6% to my son's UTMA, 17% to our IRAs, and the remaining dollars to our taxable brokerage account. This is on top of investing in an HSA and our 401ks. Next month, we'll need to balance out savings and investing to hit some of our sinking fund goals in time. To be honest, we really need to increase our income or find ways to eliminate or decrease a key expense. So here are our 2021 sinking funds priorities. I consider our sinking fund goals to be secondary to our overall 2021 financial goals, but they are both connected. I am always trying to find the balance between savings, investing, and paying off debt that makes the most sense for us. I really wish there was a formula I could use to tell me what ratio is the best based on rate of return, interest rates, and opportunity costs. So our first priority is to save the $20,000 needed for the second property. This one is crucial, especially for our long-term FIRE timeline and plans. Next would be to add an additional month to our emergency fund. The ultimate goal is to have 12 months saved just to be fully secure, particularly if either of us face job loss or a change in career. Now the last two priorities are minor, but they're still on my radar. It's to hit our taxes and our insurance goals. I definitely feel comfortable with our current insurance fund right now, but our tax one is a bit light. Ideally, it would be closer to 50% funded at this time, but I definitely started this one late. So if I had to sum this up, our number one goal is non-negotiable, and the rest are just nice to have. We really need to hit that $20,000 to be able to afford that second property. Solution: we need to increase our income in 2021. We have cut all we can in most areas and are working on our last loan, so all that is left is finding the right side hustles to help increase our income quickly. My husband is looking for a new job right now as we both believe he is underpaid, but the job market is a bit all over the place right now. But him securing a higher job would put us in the right position to hit all of our goals, even the secondary ones, but we'll see. Now, if you made it this far, thank you so much for watching. But don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe below. Until next time.